Hi, today is going to be a different video. It's going to be new and exciting, and I'm going to first tell you a little story. About 4 years ago, me and my wife bought a 45-foot MCI bus that we had planned to convert from a bus into an RV. In the plan, it had bunks for our 3 kids, a master room, a bathroom with a shower, toilet, sink, a washer, dryer, kitchen. It was a really big bus. But what we soon found out once we got it is that it was actually too big. It was so big that it wouldn't fit into the national parks, it wouldn't fit into the Texas parks and recreation campgrounds. It hardly fits into most RV parks. So it was something that was a great idea, but it just wouldn't work. So we ended up selling the bus, but we retained the dream of having a bus turned into an RV. And so recently, my wife and I found this bus that we're going to turn into an RV. So this video is going to be the first one in a long series in the format of kind of a vlog, and it's going to chronicle the efforts that I'm going to put into making this shuttle bus into an RV. Now, the plan on this RV is significantly different than what we had planned with our first RV. This one is going to essentially be a kind of a glorified tent on wheels. So that means that there's not going to be a shower. It'll have a small bathroom so the kids can use the restroom on long trips without me having to stop and let them out to use the bathroom at a convenience store or a bank, which is the best place to use the restroom on the road. It'll have a kitchen, it'll have a dinette, and then in the back, instead of having a bunk for each kid, now we have 4 kids. We're going to have a large king-size bed for all the kids to sleep in. Currently they're ages 2 to 8. And then there'll be a king-sized bed on top of that one for me and my wife to sleep in. So let me tell you a little bit about this vehicle. It's a 1999 Ford F550 chassis cab, and then the body was made by Crystal Coach. It's a 29 passenger vehicle, doesn't have a bathroom, and in the back part of the bus it has a storage area. I think it's about 34 inches wide, and it's got a door in the back. I'll show you that in just a minute. That's going to be a place for us to throw tents, bikes, and other stuff that we don't need on the road trip while we're going to our destination. The engine is a 7.3 liter diesel, which if you know anything about diesel trucks, that's one of the best engines that you can have. In fact, my 2002 F350 has the same motor, transmission, and I've had that truck for about 12 years. And so they last a long time. There's 126,000 miles on this vehicle, which in terms of a diesel engine is very low miles. The coach has air conditioning for while the vehicle is driving, one in the back and one in the front, plus the air conditioning system that goes with the truck for the driver and the passenger. So let me tell you about the things that I'd like to see in this RV conversion. One, I'm definitely going to need to have a bathroom. But the bathroom only needs to have a toilet in it, and so there'll be a black water tank and a freshwater tank. There'll be a sink as well, a little kitchenette with a peninsula and a sink, and that sink will go into the black water tank. I'm going to eventually put in propane for the hot water heater, and then also maybe a stove in the future, or at least a connection to a camp stove on top of the kitchen counter. There'll be a dinette where at least 4 people can sit and eat or draw or do homework or look at puzzles, things like that. There'll be 2 bunks in the back, one for me and my wife and one for the other 4 kids. And I think there's going to be an area for storage for the kids to put their clothes for the trip and toys or books or whatever else they want to bring along. In the front on the cab, I'm going to leave it pretty much the way it is. Mechanically, the vehicle is very sound. Like I said, it's got 126,000 miles on it. The body is in excellent condition. There's one area on the other side that it looks like they maybe ran across some low-lying limbs, and I think they broke a window and had that one replaced. And there's just a little bit of scuffing on that side. But I also plan on painting it and making it look more of an RV. Okay, first I'm going to just walk around the vehicle. It is dirty because the church that had it hadn't had it washed in quite a while, so some of the grime that you see on the vehicle is not permanent. It can be washed off, and like I said previously, I do plan on painting it a different color, making it look more of like an RV. So it is an F550, and it's got these windows in it. A couple of them are non-egress static windows, and some of them are have a little section of the window that lifts up and down. I do like that it has these lights right here that light up when you're backing up. It lets you see a lot more. I'm kind of parked up against the fence, so it's hard to get a straight-on shot of the back, but you can see that there's a door right there. And when you open it up, it's just essentially a big cargo area. There's not any shelves or anything, but you can put them in. I don't plan on using shelves. Here's the cargo area from the other side. It does have some steps here, but I haven't found that they work. I'm not sure if I'm going to try and fix them or just take it off. So here's the back side of the bus, and you can see that area right there where it looks like they sideswiped a limb of some sort. I already started peeling off the letters here. They actually comes off pretty easily. Okay, going into the bus, there are 3 steps. This weather stripping is loose here because I'm taking dimensions of it to get some replacement. The door is actuated by air, and when it's not powered up, you can just move it with your hand and then lock it. So starting in the passenger area, there are 2 seats on each side. A couple of the seats are broken, obviously, but it's irrelevant because I will be taking them out. There is an area down here where you can see the floor is bumped up to accommodate the tires. There's the rear AC and heater on the bottom, AC on the top, and then all of the passenger storage overhead compartments, those will be coming out. In fact, everything in here will be coming out. Starting from the back, just looking forward so you can see what the passengers see. Right now there's a monitor, a DVD player it looks like, but the DVD player works, the monitor doesn't. That doesn't matter. There's the AC heater in the front, and there is the cab area. Interestingly enough, if you sit down as a passenger, you can't really see out the front windshield unless you kind of duck down. So I've got the camera right now as though a passenger were sitting here, but if you kind of lean down, you can kind of see it. That's only important for people that have motion sickness and have to kind of see out the windshield. But this is the area for the driver and the passenger, or the co-pilot. Looks exactly like an F350, F250 of the same year model. Everything does work. Power windows, the cruise. I'll be taking that radio out. Has a cassette deck on it. Not sure what that is. Everything on this side works. I'm not sure why they put tape over the window switch when it absolutely works. So these are some of the switches that go with the vehicle. The ones in the middle are for the passenger lights to allow the passengers to turn on the lights. The door actuator, rear fan, front fan, which is the AC heater, and then the mode, whether it's in heat or AC. The PA system underneath it, the one that says Voyager, don't really have a microphone to see if it works, and the speakers are all blown out anyway, so it didn't really matter. On the top right is a light that shows that the rear door is ajar. The little switch between on the left turns on the cabin lights, which are different than the passenger lights. And then on the left is a little module that says Ford on it. I have no clue what it does or what it says. I'm still researching it. I do know that when I start it up, it indicates what the RPMs are. I figure that it's for something to make it idle faster. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to take it out, and I'll be putting a chip in the truck that will allow me to do a high idle anyways, and that I believe helps build up air pressure to open the door and, you know, kick on the AC and everything else like that. Thanks for sticking around. So I've shown you the bus, I've shown you the inside, walked around it, showed you the cab area. All of that is because I want to start getting to work on this, and I couldn't do it until I made this video for you. If you stick around on this series, what you're going to find is a lot different than some of my project videos. In this series, I'm going to explain more of the reasons why I do something, why I made that selection, why I didn't include this, why am I doing it that way. This is a lot different, and you're going to get information in this video series, the vlog series, that's going to answer a lot of those questions, those technical questions. If you like to know how the nuts and bolts went together and what angle is the pitch on the bolt and why does it interface with the nut, you're going to get that detailed level of information. If this is interesting to you, please consider subscribing to my channel and you'll get updates as I add more videos to this vlog series.